This question is taken from IPHU 2021, and this question is one of the parts of a question asked in the exam. So the question says, one wants to build a device to focus electrons, and that is known as an electrostatic lens. Let us consider the following construction. The ring is situated, so we are using a charged ring for construction of electrostatic lens. So this ring is situated perpendicular to the z-axis as on the figure. So we have a source that produces on demand packets of non-relativistic electrons. That means velocity of electrons is much less than c. Kinetic energy of these electrons can be given as E is equal to half mv square, where v is the velocity of the electrons, and they leave the source at precisely controlled moments. So we are controlling the flow of electrons or supply of electrons. The system is programmed so that a ring is charged neutral most of the time. So ring is neutral most of the times, but its charge becomes small q when electrons are closer than a distance d by 2 from the plane of the ring. So this is a total d, and on one side it is d by 2 and on the other side it is d by 2 and this d is much less than the radius. So this is a very narrow region in which when electron is present, then this ring is charged by some mechanism. So this region is called active region. So this shaded portion is called the active region. Assume that the charging and decharging processes are instantaneous and electric field fills the space instantaneously as well. So when this ring is charged, so electric field due to this ring fills the space instantaneously. That means when as soon as this ring gets charged, the electric field due to this ring is present everywhere in the space. Moving electrons, one can neglect the magnetic field and assume that the velocity of the electron in the z direction is constant. So velocity of electron in this direction is not changing. Moving electrons do not perturb the charge distribution on the ring. So due to electrons there is no change in the distribution of charge on the ring. So electric field due to this ring is not disturbed due to the electrons. So we have to determine the focal length f of this lens. Assume that f is much greater than this d. That means this focal length, this length is called the focal length of this lens or this system, and this f, small f, is much greater than this d. That means a very small deflection is created by this narrow region. That's why it is taking a large distance as compared to this d to meet this axis or meet this axis of this ring. Assume that before reaching the active region, the electron packet is parallel to the z-axis. So electrons are coming parallel to the z-axis. It is something like a concave or convex spherical lens, and the light is coming parallel to this optical axis, and then light is getting focused. So it is something like that, parallel to z-axis, and this small r is much less than this capital R. The sign of q is such that the lens is focusing. So in nutshell, we have to find this focal length, and when electron just reaches here, which is d by 2 from this plane of the ring, when electron just reaches here, this ring gets charged and it creates electric field, and due to that electric field, the electrons are deflected from their path, and electrons are now focused at some distance on this axis of this ring. So first we have to find this electric field which is created by this ring. So let us first find the electric field, and this electric field, you can say this is almost in the plane of the ring. So we have to find electric field at a distance r from the center, and almost these points are almost in the plane of the ring. So we have to find electric field in the plane of the ring at a distance r from the center. And I have taken a similar problem earlier also. There is an old video of mine, and in which a charged particle was oscillating, performing simple harmonic motion in the plane of the ring, and there also I calculated the electric field due to ring in its own plane at a distance which is much less than the radius of this ring. So I will give the video of that in the description, link of that video in the description I will give. So I am calculating again electric field due to this ring in its own plane. Okay, so let me make our diagram. So I am making a separate diagram for this. So suppose this is a ring and this is the center of this ring, and I have to calculate electric field in the vicinity of this center, or in the plane of the ring. There is a point which is very much close to the center. So for that I am taking a Gaussian surface. I am using Gauss law, and I am taking a Gaussian surface. And Gaussian surface I am taking, what kind of Gaussian surface? It is a very small cylindrical Gaussian surface, a very small cylindrical Gaussian surface, a very small cylindrical Gaussian surface, which is usually known as a small pill box. So a pill box kind of Gaussian surface I am taking. So this pill box Gaussian surface is something like this. So this is that cylinder. For the clarity of diagram, this cylinder is looking big, otherwise this is a very small cylinder, and this height from this center is much less than the radius. So I am taking this height as z, because z axis, sorry, let us take z axis. This is the z axis. Okay, so I am taking this height as z, because z axis is the axis of the ring also. So for maintaining symmetry, I am taking that this cylinder is z distance above this center and z distance below the center, and total length of this cylinder is equal to z, and obviously the radius of this cylinder is equal to small r. So this small r is much less than capital R, and this z is also much less than this capital R. Okay, and obviously all the charge of the ring is at its periphery. Suppose charge is small q, so this charge is distributed on this periphery, and there is no charge in this Gaussian surface. So net flux through this Gaussian surface should be equal to 0. So phi net is definitely equal to 0. I am drawing this Gaussian surface separately. So this is my Gaussian surface. This point and this point are on the axis of this ring, and along the axis we know the electric field. This electric field is E like this. I am taking this charge on this ring is positive charge, so this is Ez, electric field along z axis again, and this is Ez in the downward direction. So these two are equal in magnitude, Ez and Ez. And what is the value of Ez? We can write, so Ez, electric field on the axis, is given by Qz divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus z square raised to power 3 by 2. And since I am taking z is much less than capital R, so Ez is approximately Qz divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r raised to power 3. So Qz divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. And since the radius of this cylinder is very small, and we know that this electric field, this expression of electric field is valid only on the axis. If I show this from the top, so it will look like this. So this electric field is valid at this point only, but because this having very small cross section, this small r is much less than capital R, so I can assume whatever electric field is on the axis at this point is also at this point, is also at this point, is also at this point, is also at this point. So at all these points I can assume a uniform kind of electric field because of the approximation. So this is Ez, and due to Ez you can see there is a net flux. Ez lines are coming out and lines are coming out, so this is the leaving flux. So due to Ez there is leaving flux, and we know that phi net will be equal to 0. So for net flux to be 0, there must be some entering flux. And how the flux is entering? So now what is the electric field on the curved surface? So curved surface of this cylinder, and obviously electric field should be symmetrical, because all these points are identical points. So the symmetric direction can be radial direction and radial inward or radial outward. If it is radial outward, then it is leaving flux, and then there will be net leaving flux, so it should be entering flux. So flux is entering like this, so flux must enter. So these are the electric fields at the curved surface. In the diagram, these electric fields are like this. These are entering flux. So these electric fields are like this. So I am just equating magnitude wise the flux due to this Ez and flux due to this component. I am writing it as radial component Er. So what is due to this Ez? So due to this Ez fluxes, so magnitude of Ez is Qz divided by 4 pi epsilon naught this R cube. This is the Ez, and one is at the top and one is at the bottom. So there are two surfaces, top flat surface and bottom flat surface. So that factor of 2 for that. And what is the area? Area is pi r square. So this flux is equal in magnitude with the flux of Er. So what is the flux of Er? Er multiplied by the curved surface area, because at every point electric field and the area vector are in the same direction, or you can see in the opposite direction. So magnitude wise it doesn't matter. So 2 pi, radius is r and length is 2z, so it is important, length is 2z. So Er, from here we can write it like this. This is Qr divided by 8 pi epsilon naught r cube. So this is the electric field. And what is the direction of this electric field? This electric field is radially inwards. This is radially inwards. If Q is positive, remember, if Q is positive, then this electric field is radially inwards, and we can assume, due to this approximation, this electric field is everywhere same magnitude wise. So this electric field is same everywhere magnitude wise. That's why I've written like this. So all these points are very near to the center. All these points are very near to the center and almost in the plane of the ring. So these points, Er is the electric field, we can say, in the plane of the ring at a point which is very close to the center of the ring. So one thing is done, we have calculated Er. Now we will see what is the effect. So let us see if one electron reaches here. Okay, so let us first see what is the sign of this charge Q for this system to be acting as focusing system. So force should be like this. Force due to this electric field should be like this. Okay, so force should be in the downward direction, and for the force to be in the downward direction, the electric field should be radially outwards. Electric field should be like this, it should be radially outwards, and for radial outwards electric field, this Q must be negative. So on this ring, charge must be negative for this system to act as a focusing system. So now I am going to calculate the focal length of the lens. Now continuing further, so till now we have calculated this radial electric field due to this ring, which is equal to this QR divided by 8 epsilon naught r cube. And due to this electric field, I have just drawn this region on a large scale. Let's say this is the active region of width d, in which this electron will experience force. So what is force it is going to experience? This electric field multiplied by this charge, and this force will be in the radial downward direction according to this diagram. And what is the acceleration in the radial direction? The acceleration is this force divided by mass, and we can see these forces and these accelerations are very small, and this region is again very small. Okay, this region is a very narrow region. So this electron is originally moving with some speed v. It is originally moving with some speed v along this z direction. This is z direction, so it is having its speed v also in the z direction, and due to this force it will deflect slightly. It will have deflection slightly, so it is deflected by a very small angle. For calculation purpose I am showing it like this, otherwise deflection is very very small. And now I'm going to calculate what is its deflection. So when it reaches, when the electron is just about to exit this active region, so what is the deflection caused by this active region? So this velocity will remain as it is. There is no force in this direction, only force is along this direction, radial direction. So it will gain some Vr, and the distance of this electron is changing from the center. Okay, distance is changing from the center, but I am just assuming there is no much change in the force, there is no much change in the ER. So ER is approximately a constant, it is not deflecting too much. Okay, it is not deflecting too much. So we can assume a constant force, throughout its journey along the radial direction. So what is this constant force? This is that constant force, this is that constant acceleration. So what is this VR? Let us first calculate the time taken to cross this active region. So time taken is simply apply the equation in z direction. So displacement is d and speed is v. So this is the time taken. And what is the gain in velocity in the radial direction? So this is simply v is equal to u plus at for a constant acceleration case. So this Vr is equal to initial velocity along radial is 0. This is acceleration. Acceleration is simply EQR divided by 8 pi epsilon naught r cube mass. So this is acceleration multiplied by this time. So this will give Vr. And what is the deflection? So what is the deflection angle? So this is the deflection angle theta. So this is the original direction, and from this original direction now it is moving something like that. So what is the deflection? So deflection angle theta or tan theta, if you write, this is equal to Vr divided by V. So this is tan theta, and you can see this theta will be very small, so we can also write it equal to theta. So this is equal to EQRD divided by 8 pi epsilon naught m r cube, and this will be v square due to this extra v. So this is the deflection. Now we just have to calculate this distance. So this is that deflection, this is that angle theta, this is r, this is small f. So this theta is equal to r by f, and this f is equal to this r by theta. So r by theta we can calculate using this also. So it will give us 8 pi epsilon naught mv square r cube divided by this r will go from here, so it will be QED, and we can replace mv square with the help of kinetic energy given. Kinetic energy E is equal to half mv square. So this mv square we can put 2e. So let us put 2e for this mv square. So this focal length will be equal to, so now there will be a factor of 2, so it will become 16 pi epsilon naught r cube into kinetic energy divided by this QED, and this Q must be negative for this system to act as a focusing system.